Hey everybody, it's Monica King. Monica Makes a Honey Farms, King's Titan Homestead. I am in the truck. Whoop, for a reason. Girl wants out. So I got a queen bee here. And I'm putting a mark on her. I just grabbed her out of my queen bank. Oop. Dang, she's feisty. Feisty. That's one down. Okay, so I just marked 5 queens. 2 of them are going to go and get an install on the ones that we killed the queen in the last video. A note about these battery boxes. This is how I send my queens out. I mark every queen. This is Africanized bee country. And so for every hobbyist that gets a queen, she doesn't leave my property without having a mark on her thorax. And the problem is that these people, they're not returning my boxes. I have on my phone number, I have please return box, but the boxes don't come back. So if you are someone who is watching my channel, not for learning beekeeping techniques, but more for learning how to be a mentor, I would highly recommend, and this is something that I started doing for my newer customers, my old ones that I know return the boxes, I'm not doing this. But everybody else is having a deposit on those boxes now. You get a queen for one price, and you get the transport box for another price, and there's attendants in there loose. We can't have our attendants inside the cages with the queens for introduction into an Africanized colony. So the battery boxes now have a deposit. That's just all there is to it. You return my box, you get your money back. So, all right, we're gonna head out there and we're going to put these queens in right now. Okay, so this is 4 days after I killed the Africanized queen. Ooh, smoker's running good this morning. All right, got my coyote proofing here. So basically, just coming in, shaking every, hi babies. I'm gonna shake every queen off, or shake every queen off, yeah, right. Apparently I need more coffee this morning. I'm gonna just shake every frame off. Remember, it doesn't matter. I have seen queen cells on a honey frame. Actually, just one queen cell on a honey frame. You must check everywhere. A little bit more intense this morning than they were on the last inspection, mostly because of they're queenless. They're not very happy with me. Nice honey frame. What do you got here? Look at those little shiny baby bees. What little cuties. Hey babies. And we have some cells developing right down here. Right here. You can see the royal jelly inside. know, can you guys see that? I opened them up, but just opening them up like that is not good enough. You must kill the larva. The larva must come out. Okay. All right, stop stinging. Stop it. Woohoo! Couple more on this one. Of course, this one's easy to see. This one not so easy. And I just look down inside and see if there's any royal jelly. Oh, there's one more that they are starting, just like that one right there. Right there, you can hardly see it. Can you see that? But if you look inside, see how they enlarged it? And there's royal jelly inside of that. Where'd I? So, the way these bees, Africanized bees, if they have the opportunity to raise their own, they will not accept mine. So, must be extremely thorough. There's one right smack in the middle. And another one, you can barely see her, but she's starting right there. That yellow right cell is a little harder to see them on. Excuse me. Okay, BSH pole line going in, putting her into the area where the brood is. Let me show you. Hi, babies. Okay. Ouch. Those are stinging. Sweet bees. Sweet bees. Now this is the hive that, like, basically it was so small it only had like one frame of brood in it, and I gave it a bunch of the partials because all it had before was a bunch of foundation. And I'll bring these closer. And as you can tell, there's a few cells that they are already creating. This one's nice and long. That one was getting close to being capped. Some good stuff on this frame. Double check, make sure that there's no royal jelly starting or enlargement of cells. I pulled up a frame and it had a little, yeah, I see some wax worms. Okay, let's take this up, fix some of this issue that they have in the bottom going on. See, when I pull this frame up, you see the little stuff dangling off the bottom? That's some wax worms getting in there and hiding from the bees. So I'm pulling out the frame so that I can clean that out. So basically, the bees were not patrolling over here in the honey area. They're only patrolling the area where the brood was. And so we have some waxworms starting in the very bottom. Again, just a very small swarm that was brought in as an Africanized hive. And this is why I pulled all those frames out, because underneath this are waxworms. So these need to be cleaned out, need to help the bees. Okay, and the queen has been installed and she's closed off. So something I wanted to show, this is a screen hole right there. I put the queen back here so that she's away from that air vent. Oops, sorry. Air vent, queen is in here. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little walk around just to make sure that the coyotes haven't like exposed a hive to the elements, and I think everything looks pretty good back here. Yeah, it's looking pretty darn good. I hope that the coyotes are happier now. We're starting to get just a little bit of rain, but they were getting really desperate. Just don't like them bothering my bees. Okay, the other thing I was a little worried about was I had mentioned in my last video about a hive now living in equipment boxes that are in need of repair, and this hive that has moved in, and they're still here. I was a little worried that, you know, with all the excitement, that they might have been the ones that were killed by the Lands hive that I mentioned in the last video, but nope. This is a project. The next video or the next hive inspections, I'll likely get out here and put these girls in a house so that I can start taking care of them and get them looked at. Probably requeen. I don't know. They might not need requeened. It could be a European colony that was the one that had absconded and was from that. Again, in the previous video, how I mentioned that one hive was gone because a coyote had ripped the cover off and pulled some frames out. And yeah, so that could be them. I'm kind of hoping. To finish out this video, just a little short, cute clip. We have a front doorstep tarantula. She lives in a little teeny hole, and she's a smaller one. Smaller, I don't know, maybe a 3 or 4 inch tarantula. But she lives in that hole right at our front doorstep, and you can see her little legs pop in and out at night when she's hunting. So cool.